like what is Tara grammar for me is just it is past. You condition one action past. Then what's next? What's the next event will come or occur? Okay, so this and by this way of thinking, I think it's really easier to picture what's the difference between nara and tara conditional. Okay, let's listen Andy's video. 29 minutes 18 seconds. Oh.
All right, so here is the difference between nara and tara, and I feel like this example got this from the grammar dictionary, basic dictionary of basic Japanese grammar. I don't know if you can see it back there. No, you can only see lenses. Excellent book if you don't have it. It has tons of extra explanations on things like this, and that's where I nabbed these two sentences from because I thought they were perfect. They completely express the difference between nara and tara, or they perfectly express the difference between nara and tara. So let's take a look. Ando-san ga kitara kairimasu. So in this situation with da, this sentence means if or when Ando-san comes, I'll go home. Maybe I'll go home with him, or I'm waiting for him to take over for me. Ando-san ga kitara kairimasu. Now take a look at nara. Ando-san ga kuru nara kairimasu. If it's true that Ando-san will come, I'll go home. Now, this could actually be pretty cheeky. It might mean if that guy's coming, I'm going home. Ando-san ga kuru nara ore kairimasu. In that situation. So there's tone and context that is expressing that. But it could also mean that if it's true that Ando-san's going to come take over for me, then I'll go home. But you can see the difference there, right? The first one is if he comes or when he comes. So he's coming. I'm expecting it. That's when I'm going to go home. This one, I've heard that he's coming. And I'm asking, if it's really true that he's coming, I'll go home. So that's the difference between da and nara. Nara is if it's true that. And da is just if, when.
Okay, so Andy stick to this if nara is if it's true that if this condition true, then I do this event to action. But what I would explain is okay, Ando-san ga kitara is when Ando-san's kuru action has become past, then I go home. So until that point nothing happened. So this is my feeling of tara. Ando-san ga kitara kaerimasu. So I'm waiting for Ando-san kuru. Then I will takes place the second event. So yeah, Andy didn't mention this a sequence of the action at all. Then he just stick to this if, when, and then explanation. So, but to me, it's more important, super important. You see, the first action has been done. Then what? What do you think?
Okay, but so this example sentence, I checked this example sentence. I think Ando-san ga kuru nara kaerimasu is first I comes up first things. So very very rude. It's rude.
ちょっと待って。
Yeah.
安藤さんが来たら帰ります。Could be rude.
安藤さんが来るなら帰ります。It could be rude. Very rude. で、安藤さんが来たら帰ります。Yeah, depending on the context, yeah, could be rude. 安藤さんが来たら帰ります。But so we don't understand. We don't understand it. So このままだったらわからない。
Absolutely. Completely understand. I thought that Andy would explain, no, the second one is really rude, but Andy didn't bring up that perspective, and that kind of surprised me because this is really rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
安藤さんが来るなら帰ります。Of course, 安藤さんが来たら帰ります。Can be anything. As Andy himself explained, 安藤さんが来たら I will take over him. For example, it's a shift. And my shift over when 安藤さん comes, right? Then it's nothing wrong with rude or anything. It's just a job. 安藤
Yeah,
さんが
or so she want to say hello to
Yeah,
Anderson, and
yeah.
so she might has another schedule, but she want to wait Anderson, and then yeah, but
Yes. So,
安藤さんが来るなら帰ります is almost rude, not depending on the context.
yes. Okay. So here is my difference between Nara and Tara. Definite difference. Okay. As we just discussed, Kitara has to be super fast, right? So always order is this. Event 1, then event 2. Never opposite. But Nara is super conditional. In fact, this is present. So it's not past tense. It's always present. Okay. So 安藤さんが来るなら帰ります actually can mean both case scenario. One, 安藤さんが来る then I go. That's possible. Like, okay, like 今 here is a, like we are drinking beer together and Yukiko is saying 安藤さんが来るなら帰ります but Yukiko after all until 安藤さん comes drinking but anyway she left once 安藤さん came, right? So event 1, then event 2. That can be the case, but also Yukiko once received the information, hey, tonight Ando-san will come. Then once she received the information, she left. Then the order is opposite. So Yukiko go home first, event 2 first. Then Ando-san could make realize it in the end. So Nara has this both case. Event 1 can be the first or can be the second. So this order only can make Nara. Because Tara is always has this past nuance that you cannot describe the opposite order event. Never. And I think this is really important point. Yeah, if you interpret if it's true that, but like for me as a native speakers, of course I've never realized like if it's true that kind of course it is like I know I in the bottom of my heart probably I'm thinking about this like nuance. However, what I feel is like okay, if this event is first, then I'm gonna make the Tara sentence, and okay, the order is cannot be decisive. Then I would use Nara, kinda. Okay, so can you wrap up in Japanese?
No.
No.
No. What do you mean?
いや、日本語でやってみて。奈良とタラの違いを日本語でまとめてみて。サブスクライブありがとうございます。ピカチュウ。OK, go.
OK です。OK。奈良の場合は、実際。なんていうのかな。奈良の場合は、時勢難しい。奈良の場合はイベント、初めのイベント、2番目のイベント、での順番の時と、2番目のイベント、初めのイベントの順番の時と、2つある。
そうね、2つできる。どっちもできる。それが違いですね。
でもタラはもう初めのイベント、2番目のイベントの順番でしか表現できない。
そうだね。Yes. Yeah, so Andy's point is Tara is used when or if that's the case, but Nara is if it's true. If you condition this statement is true, then event 2, like a sentence 2 will take place. And yeah, for my like a native speaker's perspective as myself, it's more like order. It's more like order to me, because tara is such a past conjugation needed grammar that it's always like, like followed by order, sequence. Like in my mind, it's sequence. 家に帰ったら電話します is absolutely sequence. Okay, first action, 家に帰る。Then, second action, 電話する。It's like sequence. And one more tips for you, Yukiko. People.
One more tip.
One more
Okay.
tips. People lives in Kansai area. They love to use tara. Do you know that? Have you
Yeah.
ever noticed? I'm really shocked. 関西
I have
関西人はタラをめちゃくちゃたくさん使います。
I have heard from the school.
Okay. I see. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. What do you think
I
about
don't
it?
know.
Yeah. The
I don't.
genuine feeling is that that's normal how we form
Tara.
sentences, and we couldn't
Yeah.
tell if it's like we use too much or we use tara like frequently, like because I've never like observed other like regional dialect speakers wouldn't use tara as frequent as we do. I've never noticed. So it was really interesting that someone would say, oh, you guys use a lot of tara. But this is funny point. It is not like, okay, in this case you have to use this tool, in this case you have to use this tool. Not at all. Like, yeah, like we have this tara and to, and Andy mentioned ba, and also we have one more, hold on, nara, right? Ba conditional and to conditional. Yeah, so we can change and interchangeable, and sometimes it's not all the time, of course. So as Andy mentioned, each has some subtlety. And tara is the one covers the most wide area they can cover, but to is also like covered pretty well. And ba, what's the characteristic? Nara, what's the characteristic that each lessons like a different point they focused, and we already get into nara last time, and today tara. So yeah, that's it for tara. It was very important grammar, but just my recommendation is please keep in mind this like past nuance. That's very important already.